Who did you trust unconditionally before this man betrayed you? My cousin. There was a war going on in the country where we lived, and my cousin was assigned to protect me. I never went anywhere without him. To make a long story short, he met some bad people and set up my kidnapping. After I stayed with the kidnappers for a few days, my parents paid a ransom of $150,000. The cousin and the kidnappers agreed they would split the amount in half. A few months later, after much investigation and collation of facts, we realized how it all happened. My ex-parents. When I left my husband, they took me and my child into their home. While I looked for an apartment, they continued to help me, babysitting for a few hours every now and then and such. I thought they genuinely wanted to help me, but later child welfare officials contacted me and informed me that my ex-parents had filed numerous reports of child abuse and neglect. For example, they reported that I was neglecting my daughter, that I neglected her when they asked to babysit for even a few hours. They wrote a letter to social services asking to be allowed to adopt her. This culminated in them asking a friend of theirs who works as a doctor to write a statement saying that I had physically abused my daughter and that her life was in danger. Once the hospital disproved it, they examined my daughter. She spent 3 days there. My husband's parents started saying it was sexual abuse. When that was disproved, they claimed it was all my ex's idea. I will never trust them, and I really hope my child never spends time with them again. But it's not in my power to make that decision. My best friend and my ex-boyfriend. She broke up with her boyfriend mainly because she cheated on him. Now she was trying to think of all sorts of ways to make him jealous. She said, not asked but outright told me, that she was going to use my boyfriend to make her ex jealous. Naturally, I said, can we please not? Not 5 minutes later she was already all hung up on my boyfriend. Her ex was also there because we were all part of the same friend group and we were watching a movie that day. She was sitting on my boyfriend's lap and I was sitting next to her, literally boiling with anger. I didn't stick around after that scene. I slipped out of the house, warning only one friend that I was leaving. An hour later I got a call from her ex and I could hear him on the phone putting my best friend and my boyfriend down. He said, the only person you've heard today is my name, you remind me again that you are a cum slut. The next day my best friend and my ex hooked up for real. In high school a friend asked me to help him get my job. I had a great job and I didn't want to mess anything up. Eventually I gave in and helped him. Things went well at first, but then he turned into a nightmare for everyone. Constantly whining, trying to dodge work, shifting blame to other co-workers and even yelling at me in front of customers. I will never help a friend with a job again. He made me look like a real asshole. My mom constantly shares details of my life and problems with other family members and with her friends, even when I specifically ask her not to tell anyone about it for a variety of reasons, including the fact that I didn't get along with those family members at all, not to mention that none of this is any of their business at all, and they don't need to know it all. My mom always promises me that she won't tell anyone anything. Anyway, it goes something like this. It got to the point where I stopped telling her anything at all. She was offended by this, and also by the fact that I explicitly told her I didn't trust her. Mom persists in pretending she doesn't understand why I am angry over some nonsense. The worst part is that she constantly demands that I don't tell anyone anything about her business. She is very secretive, but the difference between us is that I don't cuddle either. If I did like her and shared what she told me with other people, family or friends, she would immediately disown me and stop talking to me. My then boyfriend and I were thinking about moving in together. We looked at different houses for a while, then finally chose one. He convinced me to give up my then boyfriend's place, sell all my furniture, dishes, small household utensils and such, and use the money as a deposit for the new place, because we would use his stuff in the new house and wouldn't need mine. Okay, it's a deal. I sold all my stuff. Moving day came and he texted me that morning to tell me that he never loved me or my son and that he didn't want to see us anymore. Not only was I left heartbroken, but I also had to find a place for me and my son to live in a day and buy furniture and everything I needed again, even though I did not have the money because all my money went into a deposit for his new house. I still have trust issues because of this incident. When I was about 11 or 12, I agreed to play basketball with my supposed best friend on a particular day, but then remembered that I had already made an appointment that same day with another friend of mine. The said best friend then wrote my mom's phone number of the bulletin boards of several bus stops with something like this text: "If you want to hook up with a whore, call so and so's number." It was one of only 2 times I fought with another person.